Hi everyone, I'm Angie from The Moon Plate, and I'm going to show you guys how to make a spooky cheese board. Okay, so the most important thing to do when you're making a cheese board is to start with the cheese and the meat, because you want to see how much other space you have. As you see, I have my little mise en place of everything that I'm going to put in the board. You want to create with the season some flavor. So for example, I really like the brie with the apricot and the pumpkin spread, the pumpkin butter. So that's a really good combination. You want to incorporate some colors that are fall and Halloween. So that's why I did the red and yellow tomatoes for the little kebabs. And then also you want to incorporate something that's just for that season. So as you can see, this is kind of candy corn and some Halloween candy that I'm going to put into some really cool items. So I have also little elements like this to kind of make it look more Halloweenish. So this is like a little skull. I have a little skeleton hand, and then also a little pumpkin that I'm going to put into the board. So I'm just going to start off by placing these just in random locations. This one goes at the end, so I'm not going to worry about that one. So I'm just going to place all my cheese everywhere. There we go. So all the cheese that I want on the board right now is on the board. I usually wait for these little kebabs towards the end so I can just stack them somewhere where there's space. I try to incorporate a lot of dark colors in like a Halloween board. So here we have this Toscano that has Syrah. It's dipped in Syrah, so it has a little bit of wine taste in it. This one is my all-time favorite cheese. It's the Port Salut. And it's very creamy and just kind of like a mozzarella, but even creamier than that. It's really good. Here I have my goat cheese that is with either cranberry, or I do the blueberry on the outside, so it kind of looks a little darker. And then for my brie, I actually take my little pumpkin cookie cutter and I make a little hole in the center, and then I'm gonna put some apricot spread inside just to make it look like a little pumpkin. Alright, so I went back and I put the little apricot in there so that you can kind of see it. I'm going to get a new pair of gloves because that goat cheese gets everywhere, and I don't want it to go like on all the white cheese. So yeah, that's what it's going to look like. And then also I have cheddar. Cheddar is one of my favorite things to put on the board because everybody loves cheddar. So I'm just going to put the little pumpkins. I did cut them up with a little cookie cutter, so that looks good. And then this one I cut up with a little skull. So that also looks kind of cute there. So I'm just going to lay it down a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer. There you go. That looks good. So now we're going to move on to the meats. So for the meats, I like to have a good ratio of like salamis and prosciuttos and like some hard salamis. So I'm going to put some of these. They're just hard salami. This is hickory smoked. I really like to use these with the cheddar. So I'm going to put them right here along the cheddar, just so that they know that they can eat it with that. This is some salami. These are all salamis here, but as you can see, these are a little bit larger than these, so you can kind of just fold these into like little triangles. And actually, you can do like little flowers too, but for a Halloween board, that's not really the look that we're going for. So this one we're just kind of folding up, kind of like this. Yeah, I'm just putting it in here. Just in a little corner tucked away. Actually, this one kind of would go well with this here, so I'm just gonna leave that there. And trust me, everything else will kind of come into play. And if you need this to stay here, that's when I start bringing elements like the almonds. And for the almonds, I put them in the little shot glass that is little skull. So just bring in elements that will work with the board, depending on the season. So for the Italian dry salami, I do chains. So pretty much a chain would be kind of folding it in half and then bringing another one in, bring it sideways and then bringing it into the half, and then continuing to do that until you have a chain, which is just everything kind of all together here. And then I just put it along the edge here. I'm going to move this a little bit over. I'll put it along the edge, and just to keep it there, I'm going to bring in this apricot. It's probably not going to stay there, but I just want it to kind of hold in place on that end here and not move. So there we go. So I'm just going to continue doing this and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's talk about the next meat, which is prosciutto. So prosciutto comes in these long strips like these. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we cut them up into little pieces, especially for a party platter, so that you don't get this large piece. That way everybody gets a little taste of the prosciutto. So I usually cut them in threes. So I just grab my kitchen shears and I do 3 sections, and then I just roll them up and put them in here. So just roll them off like that. And these, I believe, would go well with really anything. So what I'm gonna do is put them on this side of the port salute. And this, like, I would just wrap like a little piece of cheddar with it. I would wrap a little piece of the Tuscany. It can go with anything really. So I'm gonna continue. So that is done with the meats there. And next I'm gonna put these elements in. So the olives will go here. That looks like a perfect spot for the olives. And then the sourdough pretzels I'm just going to put right next to here. The brie, this goes really well with the brie, but I kind of like it where it's at right now. And then now I get to put in my little candy in the, and I take out the eyeballs actually. I'm going to change my gloves so that the meat doesn't touch the candy. I just, doing that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of mix this very well, because it's a mix of like raisins and pumpkin spice, almonds, and just a little mix of everything. And I'm going to put most of it in here, but then to give it that Halloween look, you're also going to put it around it. That looks beautiful. And then I like to put little eyeballs like right next to it. So that's 2, and I'm saving the other 2 for the end so I can kind of put it wherever else it needs it, if I'm missing like some Halloween elements in other areas. So for right now, that's how I'm going to leave it. I'm going to move on to the fruit and veggies, so I'll be right back. Have more strawberries. I'm going to put them right over here. Blackberries go over here. And then the blueberries. I still need a spot for the kebabs. So now's when I'm going to start thinking, where do I want to put them? I don't want to put them here because this is where the candy is, and that's going to be weird if I put the kebabs next to that. I'm going to make space right next to the cheddar. So I'm going to start moving just a little bit of things around, make a little bit of room right over here, and that's where I'm going to put the kebabs. Just stacked nicely on top of each other. You don't need a lot of space for them because they're going to go up, not sideways. So there we go. Perfect. And the last bit, actually there's 2 more things that I need to do. One of them is the chocolate covered pretzel, or not chocolate covered, yogurt covered pretzels. So I got these. Same people that do the candy corn did these. These are really cute. So for a board like this, I'm going to put 12 little chocolate covered pretzels. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So that looks cute right there. And so we're done with that. And then I also have the blueberries, which I'm gonna see where I'm gonna put them. I think the best bet is going to be right on this side, right over here. So I'm just gonna scoop them up. I dry them just so that they don't get the whole board wet. I'm just gonna toss it right there. Beautiful. You can even put some like right over here to make it look a little cute and, you know. So again, I'm gonna dry them a little bit and then put them right over here. So I love these jumbo berries. So if you guys can see the difference, one is huge and then the other one is tiny. Ooh, that fell. So that one fell, so I can't use it. I'm just gonna kind of put it here, make it look very fruitful. There we go. All right, and the last thing that I'm gonna add is the apricots. So I do about 8 to 10. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's do 10 for this one. There's a little bit of a spot right over here, right next to the actual apricot jam. So that might be nice to kind of indicate, hey, that's apricots right there. All right, so we're done with, oh, there's a little kitty cat outside. Okay, so we're done with all the elements of the board. So now we get to place this somewhere. I'm gonna kind of go this way like this. I'm gonna put my little eyeballs. So I'm gonna put one eyeball here with the fruit. And then another eyeball here with the, oh, that's not a cute eyeball. So